Hey guys, Alex here, and today's video we'll be covering the last Q&A of the Elder Scrolls. A bunch of combat stuff was thrown in there, which was really cool. We found out a lot of cool stuff. If you have any concerns, any questions, leave them down in the comments, and let's just get this started. So the first question was concerning armor, and the question was, will we be able to determine easily the type of armor that character is wearing before we do initially attack them? And the answer is yes, you will be able to tell the look of the different armors. There's light, medium, and heavy, and they all will have their distinctive looks, as well as they will look different as you progress in levels. Although that's cool, remember that in this game, you can be anything, a healer with heavy armor, so it won't make a huge difference. Now, this question was about projectiles. The question was, if you use a weapon with a projectile, will you need to get more of those projectiles, or will they be unlimited? As of now, there is no ammo, you have unlimited projectiles. Another question was about power attacks. While holding down the mouse button to perform a power attack, how will this affect your mobility? Whether it be slowing down or just not moving? The answer was yes. There is a walking and running, so while you are doing a charge attack, you will only walk, as well as when you block, you will walk. So essentially, you can start a power attack out of range and walk into range. So you can kind of play around with the range of your attacks. Next question was concerning weapon abilities. As far as weapons and their skills, yes, weapons do bring their own skills to the table, but does your weapon choice actually affect your class? Something you gotta remember that there is no actual class, so it's more based on how you build your character. Weapon abilities can be used when you have the appropriate weapon equipped, but you can slot them at any time, and they'll be grayed out if you're not wielding the right weapon. Now, it's set up in a way that you will have independent shortcut bars for every weapon you are wielding. So while you're wielding one set of skills on your one weapon, as soon as you switch out to your other weapon, you have another load of skills for your weapon skills. But regardless, those shortcut bars can be filled any way you want. Try to remember it like Guild Wars 2, where each weapon gives you different skills, but you can customize these bars. So this question was about sneaking, stabbing, assassination, that kind of stuff. How this in the Elder Scrolls, how this will work, and what kind of system they will have in place to let you know when you're sneaking, if they see you or they don't see you when you go in for the kill when you're behind the target. They said this will be handled like the Skyrim crosshair system, the eye, meaning when you are hidden, you will be hidden. It will show you as hidden, and when an enemy is looking at you, the eye will open up, letting you know that they're looking at you. As well as if you have a successful attack while you're hidden, you'll get bonus damage to that attack. Furthermore, there will be disguises in the game, so turning in hostile enemy neutral depending on the costume or disguise that you are wearing, which sounds pretty neat, but we'll see how that works. This was a very heavy question towards healers. Basically, they're trying to find out, will there be a reward system for healers, not just the DPS classes? Meaning, will the top healer be on par with the top DPS character, and can a healer actually become an emperor? And they had a pretty good answer. Basically, they were saying, as an example, say you spec for full healing gear, you can still have damage abilities and deal quite a bit of damage. And for the sake of argument, they said, yes, you can absolutely gain alliance points by being a healer, which ultimately means yes, you can become an emperor as well, which I imagine makes a lot of healers happy to hear this. This question was concerning more of a utility skills, having more perks and things you can do rather than just damage dealing abilities. Their answer was very cool. Basically, they said most of the actual skills you'll get in ESO are utility skills, and your damage actually comes more from your weapon. Your light and heavy attacks on your weapon just do damage, and then you have lots of situational abilities you can get. Lots of stuff that is valuable in certain situations, including heals, spell, reflection, casting light sources, stuns, intercepting attacks, summoning pets, and even more. So yes, it seems like there's going to be a lot of utility in Elder Scrolls Online, which ultimately kind of seems like the PvP is going to be pretty good in this game, because it'll be more based on skill and less based on what build you're using, more on blocking, using your stamina properly, micromanagement of your skills. This will be pretty cool in my opinion. Another good question here was about having knowledge of the Elder Scrolls. Having not played any of the Elder Scrolls, how will you fare in the game? And the answer was you simply don't need any of the Elder Scroll games knowledge to play. You basically just jump in and play the game. This question is a very loaded question. Basically, it's about blocking. What other weapons can block besides a shield? Does blocking also just work as damage reduction? And can ranged physical and magic spells be blocked? And the answer is yes, you can block with all weapons. Awesome. But a shield is going to be most effective. Now, blocking doesn't actually mean you take no damage. It just mitigates the damage, and it also is based on your stamina. The lower stamina you have, the less you'll be able to block. And ranged physical attacks and spell projectiles can be mitigated with a block, but you will not block all the damage. You also have a chance to interrupt targets instead of trying to block. So this next question was about utility abilities. Having only 6 is virtually less than most MMOs, and how will this keep combat engaging and rewardful for skillful plays with so little abilities? So their answer was that their shortcut bar is more of tools, more things you can use in the combat rather than the actual combat itself. The combat is going to be more based on what you're seeing and how you react. It's basically situational, so it stays engaging because the situations change all the time, and this requires you to actually think about what you're seeing in front of you and not just press buttons. So it is much easier to think of the Oblivion and Skyrim combat rather than generic MMO combat. Now, this question was concerning crowd control. Basically, this guy said it's a make or break thing for him. How will they use roots, snares, stuns, and how important will it be in The Elder Scrolls Online? And they said, yes, there are stuns. So they do have crowd control, stuns, roots, snares, etc. However, it's not really fun to be on the receiving end of these. So they said, provided you have enough stamina, you can actually get out of a CC situation. But on the other side, if you are using your stamina for other things, you might not be able to use it to get out of stuns. So again, it's a lot of skill management. That covers pretty much all the good, nice, chunky information that was in the last Q&A. Now, there's a bunch of articles out there that you can read from PAX. They had a lot of interviews, which are pretty good because you might want to actually take a look and read these. They have a lot of more stuff, more in-depth stuff, more focused things to different elements of the game. But for me, it's about the combat. I want to see how good this combat system is. So if you like the video, don't forget to click the like, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll be covering more and more as the game gets closer to launch. And as always, I'm Alex. Thanks for watching.